Do you guys believe in God?
I do. I'm religious.
What does that mean?
So I was raised like nothing. Well, I was born Catholic. My mom raised me like agnostic, which was just like kind of like if you want. Then in high school I did Universalist and Unitarian, which is like everything, like accept everything. And then like 4 years ago I had like a spiritual awakening where I just felt like God in Christ. And then ever since then I pray every night. I like believe in God. I have faith, which wasn't in the plans at all. Like I didn't go to church. Like I don't go to church, which I would, but like I just like felt it. And it could be OCD, it could be whatever, but I just feel it, and that's cool for me. But it's not like I like having to have faith in something. So
hey, Jesus was against the church. He got mad at the people said it. So I don't go to church.
Yeah, I just feel it myself. I was baptized Catholic, but when Catholics do it when you're a baby, so it's like I would get baptized again, but I would like really want to like. I mean, there's no harm in getting baptized. Like, if it ends up being you're not baptized, you go to hell. Like, might as well do it. But like, I don't know. I don't really like church communities, but I would love to like talk about God more often. Like, I like when I pray, I'm like sometimes I'm like I want to like talk about you more and feel you more, but I'm just too busy too, But yeah, I'm religious, but not like. I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
My experience...
Like, they're more spiritual, I feel.
Yeah, okay, so I grew up Catholic because my family was, like, super religious, and I went to, like, Sunday school. I did, like, basically everything, like, in the book. I did,
It's so weird how you were, like, raised this, and now you're, like, kind of away from that. I was raised with nothing, and now I'm, like, on it.
Well, I was even an altar server. Like, I was dressed in a robe, and I would, like, give out...
The choir? Did you choir?
No, but I was, like, the person that rings the bell and, like, gives the wine and the bread. And I had a lot of religious trauma growing up. Like, I don't want to get too into it, but it was just like weird.
And that turns you off from being like that once you're like an adult.
And I think it has to do with like the community and that's like God itself. But my personal belief is like, I believe there's a higher power, but I also believe that we're all like spiritual beings and like it's all like the universe and we're all like connected and it's like and I believe like there's something after death too, but I don't know what it is. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way while believing in God. Like it's weird.
Okay, well, by God I mean
higher
Christ.
Power.
No, I mean Christ.
Oh, you mean Christ, like religion, like Catholic Christian Christ?
No, not Catholics. Definitely not Catholics.
Like Christian.
I don't think Catholics are Christian.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Christian's like very more laid back.
I like the label on the higher power, that being like,
Some Christians like cornered me at my job once, and I was working. A group of Christians came up to me, cornered me, and they were like, we just saw you when we were walking in, and we feel like you would like really like to enjoy. I know
they're making us look bad.
I like wear God hats. Like I collect God hats and God shirts just because it's something I like to do. And every time I wear it, people, and I'll like be still dressed scene or whatever, people are always like, really? Like, is this you making fun? Or I'm like, no, I'm actually religious. And they're like, what? Why? Like, they're so against it. And like, I've even had relationships where like my boyfriends or whatever have been like, you like turn off, like red flag. I'm just like, I'm not making you go to church with me. I'm not making you pray with me. Like, I'm just,
your own personal belief.
Yeah. People just like get like really like, oh, you're smooth brained, you're whatever. Like, I really don't care at all. Like, I could care less, but...
So you do believe in Christ, though?
Yeah, right? Like that Christ, yes. Yeah. Okay. In Christ's name, yeah.
And then you believe in something, but you don't know where to put it.
Yeah, pretty much. I also have, like, a weird, like, intuition thing. Like, it sounds, like, really, like, deep and sad, but every time, like, one of my friends have died, like, something has happened to me to kind of, like, foreshadow. And it's, like, really scary. Like, my old best friend, her name's Cammie, my ex made me delete, like, my social media. So I wasn't, like, allowed to text anyone anymore. And so she had texted me, actually, like, the night before she passed away, but I couldn't even see it. But, I had, like, a feeling, like, one night, and I was just like, I wonder how, like, Cammie's doing. And, like, I texted her phone number, and I didn't get an answer for a couple of days. And then I, like, looked her up, and I saw, like, her obituary, and I was like, what the heck?
Intuition.
And then my brother's friend died, and the day before, we never talked. Like, literally never, like, had conversation. Like, it was, like, my older brother's friend, so we weren't, like, that close. But he, like, texted me randomly about, like, music, and I was like, oh, yeah, like, I'd like to, like, collab with you and stuff. And then Then he like passed away the next day, and I was like, this is so weird.
That's like a spiritual energy aura, whatever thing.
And I was also in a group chat where
like,
2 people died in that group chat.
Yeah, that can't just be like coincidence based.
It's like it makes me feel really weird because I don't want to be like bad energy.
Yeah.
And it like makes me feel
some
uneasy.
people are just more in tune to it than others.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, there was like so many ghost experiences for me. Like I've had to move apartments because of like ghosts and entities and stuff. Like some people are just more.
It just makes me like
for some reason.
more scared too because like one of my close friends from elementary school called me, and he had a lot of stuff going on, and I was just like, oh, like how are you doing?
You felt something
like I just felt like I had to call. Well, I thought about him, and then he called me that day, like that I was thinking about him, and he told me like a bunch of stuff. And I thought, like, something was going to happen to him just because of, like, my past. And I was, like, freaking out because I obviously don't want anything to happen to him. And he ended up being fine. So I was like, maybe I'm not, like, crazy. But
that's not crazy. That's just intuition.
Yeah.
And, like,
it was just, like, I don't know. It's really, really scary.
It's really powerful.
Yeah,
dude.
right?
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Scary.
It's like a blessing and a curse. But
Right.
A curse, probably.
Yeah.
Well, let's end it with this.
Okay.
I can talk about conspiracies for days, dude.
Dude, I could too. I'm like I said, like I'm a 4chan user, so, and like I feel like they're more like true crime kind of side, and I'm more like I want to know undisclosed files from the government. I want to like all day just lay in bed and just like look, and then I'll be like, okay, time to turn it off. Like, I just like want to know.
I watch some like crazy stuff and then it puts me in a bad mood and I'm like, I need to stop
really
watching
into
it.
true crime.
But it's
I
so
used to be really into it, but like
like
so
serial killers and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a podcast. Well, me and my sister, and we talk about serial killers.
Okay, I'm down. Yeah.
Toy box killer.
Dude.
Well, she flaked on me.
Oh, well, I'll join you.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
Dude,
like we could add another episode.
Like only be able to go to sleep listening to true crime. Like I was like podcasts. Like I was so into it for some reason. It's the only thing I could listen to.
I watch a lot of Predator catches too.
Yeah, same. And like
so
live PD footage. Chris Hansen
and Skeeter Jean.
Yeah. Oh, there's like this stupid YouTuber that tried to do like predator catches, but those are like stupid.
I like it when they actually get the
but sometimes they're trying to like just
get
fuck
views.
around. Yeah, and they'll be like in Walmart yelling like this guy fucks kids, and it's like, dude, like
they're not doing anything. Like you're just causing like a scene.
Or they're like trying to get them to that's stupid.
They're trying to raise reaction instead of like.
Who are you texting? Nobody.
Yeah, it's so funny.
They
have like the craziest like oh my gosh like excuses, but yeah.
There. Well, if you were interested, you can
Absolutely
take my sister's place because we haven't filmed like over a year now.
I'm very interesed. I've always wanted
y'all
to
would have to like
podcasts.
pick a case and like
go really
she was like
into
she
it.
was like, oh, she brought her little iPad with like bulletins. She was really
I'd be down because I'm not going to school next semester, so
I would love to see you talk about your opinions on things and like what you think.
Yeah, I have so many like opinions and stuff.
I would love to hear.
Do you care if I vape in here?
No,
okay.
I vape.
Oh,
can I hit that one?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think it's like in nature, like people's nature
to be curious,
about like all the nasty things people do.
Yeah, I mean, we like also watch like gore too, which is like I've been watching gore since I was in middle school. Like me and my mom used to literally send each other like best gore videos. Like I'm just desensitized to it.
We'll be like drinking and we're like, oh, like let's watch this video of like someone getting like beheaded.
Like some of them are like the mosque shooting. Like some of the shit is like okay, fuck, but like. It's just like I just can't look away. Like it's like a habit I don't like doing, but also like I'm just like interesting.
Yeah, like it makes me feel weird like watching it, but it's like also like I feel like everyone as a human being like has that kind of like curiosity.
Yeah, and some are like
obviously like I would never do any of that stuff like, but it's just like interesting.
Not.
Yeah, no.
Hell no.
No.
Way too self-aware.
I'm way too self-aware, and I'm also like. I don't know, I could not hurt like a bug. Like I literally like I'll see a spider and I'm like but
then, we're literally like wait no move it like don't kill it.
We're like don't kill it just like move it. Like we're super
the only
like,
crime is being small. Like fuck.
Yeah, they're just like little guys. Like, I could never hurt.
And then we'll watch like beheadings. Like
Well, that's like the beauty of it. It's like you know when to like switch and be like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's also like just like intriguing to know like that people can be that horrible.
Yeah.
It's just like how can someone like do that, and it's just like fascinating that like people's brains like
We're just like
don't care.
That's how I feel. Like a lot of gore videos are in like third world countries, and whenever I see ones that like in either like Europe or like America, it just like hits different in a way because it's something we're just so not used to. But like in Brazil, certain parts, like that's just like a normal, like India, whatever.
With machetes,
like people,
dude.
yeah, or like Mexico.
It's so bad,
and it's just like I don't know. It's very just like wow, like, and it also makes you think about like your life and like
how grateful we are to be like where we are, even though like there's just like crazy shit happening like all over the world. Like, I feel for it all the time, but then I never realized, like, how lucky we are. Even though, like, America low-key sucks. But, we're still, like, very fortunate to, like, not have to
I think everywhere would suck. Like, we can complain about any country. I think we're grateful to be in America, comparatively. But I think it's not a perfect way.
At least now, because shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah.
We're about to go into war with the Russians.
The Russians and, like, well, I don't know about, like, Israel and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like that stuff's gonna hit the fan too eventually.
Well, you don't know if it's real?
No, like
when it's gonna like unfold and things.
Yeah, like I know a lot about it, but also I don't really want to know because it's just gonna make me like.
It makes my mental health like super bad. Like feeding into it every day, like which like I feel like that's the least we can do is like at least know what's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm just like I've been to like through so much I can't like. It just really brings me down, and I just have to like focus on myself.
Unfortunately, we're not in a position to like
advocate all the time,
make an actual impact.
Like I've donated to like stuff for Palestine, and I'll post like some stuff for it. But what I think is like kind of creepy is there's like this AI generated image, and it's like all eyes on Rafa, right?
Oh, I've seen that.
And people like keep posting it like the Black Lives Matter like black square, and it's like it's not doing anything. You're not doing anything by posting that. Like you need to like actually educate yourself on the situation.
People
donate
think
like
an infographic is like
and it's AI generated. Like watch the people like literally getting murdered.
That shit is literally like so like
it's like Black Mirror. Like it's scary. Like I'm like you're literally just like putting it out there so you think like people think that you care, but you don't.
We like do like it is important to like spread awareness and stuff and like not be oblivious, but also it's really not in our control. Like this is totally up to a higher governmental power that we are like nothing to them.
I think like
but it's something which is good and it should always be something, but like don't think that like
it's gonna
just don't be like like you know what I mean, like just be self-aware of that.
Like I think the protests are good, but like every time there's a protest, like there was one at UT, like a bunch of people, like my brother goes there, a bunch of like his friends got arrested, like
or like whenever like a big concert's going on or like something big, like I forgot what it was like some big event happened, and while that was going on, I think it was the eclipse maybe, that's when they like dropped a bomb because they like want people to be so invested in like something going on in America. That's whenever they do the shit somewhere else to like distract us.
Like the Met Gala
shit's
too.
Weird to think. Yeah.
The Met Gala, like people spend.
The Met Gala, that's what it was.
Like the celebrities will pay $75,000 for a seat, like at the Met Gala, but they won't
tune in
donate to the fucking.
And they're trying to get like
people that are getting
citizens to like tune into the Met Gala, and that's the same night that they dropped a lot of bombs.
It's scary.
And like donated a lot of shit to Israel, and it's like that's like, and people are becoming self-aware of that. Like there's becoming like TikToks and reels of being like, hey, did y'all know they did this while this was going on? Like,
which I'm glad like that's being spread. Like people need to know that.
Yeah, it's interesting that's
it's scary
because that's been going on forever. But like now people
it's literally like the Hunger Games
with social media. People are like, oh wait, sorry,
so
we be yapping. Sorry, this is your show, and we're like, sorry.
They know me. They know what I. They don't know what you guys think.
That's true. Yeah.
I feel like
I'm trying to baptize as much people as I can.
Yeah.
I feel like people look at us and they think we like have no thoughts, and we really do. Makes me sad.
I didn't think that you guys were stupid. I just thought y'all were kind of vulnerable.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, well, this happened outside a gas station one time. This guy came up to us, and he was like a super Andrew Tate follower, which was funny because he was like an overweight black man.
Yeah.
Which is not Andrew Tate's whatever, you know.
Right.
And he was like, "Are y'all liberal?" Like, and he was trying to convince us to like.
He was trying to get a reaction out of us.
He was trying to get a reaction, and he was trying to like test us and be like, why are you dressed like that? Like, I would never let my girl out the house like that. Like, and he was asking us like the stupidest, just like Andrew Tate questions that were just, and we were just like entertaining him a little bit. But,
because
people really like will come up to us and be like, so liberal, so whatever. Like, start something to get a reaction out of us. Like, and this happens in public, like really outside of a gas station.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because I was like, man, I can't believe there's seeing people out there.
Honestly, we were kind of scared, like, to get on this podcast because we've been, like,
we thought it was gonna be misogynistic.
asked so many, like misogynistic
So how's your OnlyFans? So that's what we were like completely expecting.
No, that's what people ask. People like
you were gonna like ask us
because we don't know you. Like obviously, we're going into this like not knowing anything.
Yeah.
But so far, like
it's been completely. Honestly,
actual
TV
questions
makes sense. Like it's conspiracy. It's whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But we came into it thinking it was gonna be like, okay, here are these two like feminine presenting people that are seen that are like alternative. Let's like troll them and try to get Instagram reels of them being like.
Because that's what a lot of people do.
I love OnlyFans because like this dick is so like that's what we thought. We're like gonna just troll it, but it wasn't that.
You guys came and found out.
Yeah, I'm glad to. It's just because we didn't know you and like know any.
And we'll just entertain.
It's not like I had a bunch of videos on my YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So we
need to start making like little short reels and shit.
I do on my TikTok.
Oh, okay,
that's what my friends do. Podcasts and they make little reels like short videos, and that's like what like.
We'll post some reels too and get you out there.
Sure, dude. Like I'll post the whole episode, right? And then I do little short reels
Heck
too.
yeah.
But
we can say something stupid too for like a clip if you want.
just to
like pretend like clickbait. Yeah, if you want, you can ask us a stupid question with a stupid answer.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of people would clickbait just because. Okay, I don't know how like you stand on this, but with like the gender stuff. So I'm like. Gender fluid or non-binary. Like I don't really fit under. Like I was born a female. Like I know that, but like I know that. Like I'm self-aware.
How do you know?
Actually,
that's the question. I
guess
that's the.
Well, see, here's the thing: is there's people born intersex. So there's people that literally are non-binary because they have both parts of a female and a male. But besides the point,
what was that? What is that? It's a word for that.
It's a
hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those cases are rare.
Different.
They are. It's not even this situation. Like, I'm not like that. But for me, it's kind of stems from, I have a twin brother. So I always wanted to be, like, super masculine. Like, I know I'm, like, super femme presenting right now. But there's another side of me where I dress like masculine, a boy, basically.
Yeah. Male presenting.
And I'm male presenting. And it's, like, I don't know. Like, I always wanted to be like a guy, but I also feel like super confident like being a girl, so it's just like why not just be both and like who cares?
You're a tomboy. Whatever happened to tomboys? It's cool.
That's true. Yeah,
that's true. But sometimes like some people I don't just feel better like hearing them or he like whenever they're like feeling like gender dysmorphia. No, it's body dysmorphia. Like you think you're like obese and you're super skinny. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of the same.
That's kind of how I feel.
I'm very strictly
I think
cis
I'm like
femme,
super skinny.
I understand.
I like when I was younger, I would like wear my brother's clothes even though they were too big because I really wanted to like be a guy. I wouldn't wear like girl swimsuits. I'd wear like swim shorts and a top. Like,
and I think really, definitely sometimes like there can be like actual. I'm not saying like anything is like just invalidated, but like trans people, there's like they did their transition, they've been transitioned
like super
life.
young,
but then there's some people that want to like fit into like a clique of like being trans and then they like alternate between like female and male
and then they go back
and it's like it's not authentic and it kind of like disinvalidates the actual trans people, and there's like a fine line between like they them and like then there's like he she, it's a whole thing, but there's a lot of like
I don't agree with like the 1,000 like
genders,
pronouns.
Yeah, like I don't neo pronouns. Like
like you're gonna go by like
bug person.
Yeah,
there's bugs now.
I know someone that goes by bug self.
That's why I just like they them.
So you go by they them.
Yeah, but I'm okay if people call me she her because I know
if you're femme presenting, but if you're like male presenting, it's just respectful to be like,
but if they do,
I'm she her.
If they do,
I do boy maxing all the time, but I'm she her.
What does that mean?
Like tomboy.
Boy maxing, like I'll get misgendered at work sometimes. Like people will be like, "Excuse me, sir," and I'll speak and be like, "Oh, sorry."
Really?
But I'm okay with that.
I was at the gas station this morning, and the new worker like called me a he, and I was like, "Oh."
Like it's kind of just like, damn, okay, but
I was like, okay, that, yeah.
But sometimes I just like looking like I'll wear like my clothes will just be very boyish, which is like tomboyish, like you said. But I'm not like it's not because I like want to be a boy,
right?
Even though like
that's just like the same thing with like how clothes don't have a gender. Like I feel like they don't like guys can wear fucking skirts and still be manly. Like I don't know. That's just how I think.
I don't know, man. man, if I see a guy with a skirt, and
I mean,
he's trying to
everybody
fight
has
me,
their own
I'm
opinion.
gonna laugh.
I'm not
Obviously,
gonna like
yeah, like there's like
judge anyone for
yeah.
having their own like opinions. So
You could like one day like normally be so masculine, do masculine things, and one day be like, I kind of want to like just dress like this, like
and that's how I am.
$4,000 Rick
Yeah.
Owens skirt, whatever. You're still masculine. You're just fucking like expressing yourself with fashion.
Yeah.
That's not like there's a difference like cross dressing and like just being into fashion, wearing like a super long skirt. You know?
Yeah.
Like Young Thug.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Young Thug,
Wearing a
like the
wedding
Jeffrey
dress.
album. Yes, yes,
Yes. Exactly.
I feel really strong about this because I have a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and
She's
okay,
so
this
cute.
is she's really
She's
beautiful.
She is really
I thought
cute,
she was
yeah.
gonna
The
come
hair.
ugly because I'm ugly. I'm like,
No,
"Fuck, I
she's
don't
so
want
beautiful.
it."
I have baby fever right now, but anyways.
Right.
But this is where I draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Blair White is?
Yes.
Okay.
The trans. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're Blair White
Mm-hmm.
and you put your work into it, and you can't just go out there in life and be like, oh, call me doctor.
Yes.
Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
yeah.
that's what I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. Like, if you want a doctor degree, I
You
mean,
have
if you
to
want
go
a
get
doctor
it.
title,
Yeah.
you have to
You
put
have to
the
work
work in.
Yeah.
for it.
That's
Blair
how she
White,
feels.
I'll
Well,
call her she.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did her work. She did everything.
exactly.
Now you got the guy fucking Game Zone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game Zone. Damn, it's all right. Now,
Yeah.
what is it? GameStop.
Games.
Yeah.
Dude, Game Zone when I was fucking 13 years old.
Aw.
Dude, wow. What is it? GameStop, right? Everybody saw this dude, right?
Yeah.
With the wig and the skirt.
Cross-dressing.
Clearly was a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
ma'am.
you're
Call
just
me
doing
ma'am.
it for like.
Yeah.
People like that, I'm like, bro, nah.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
just
just
like-
put a wig
yeah.
on and
Yeah.
expect me to.
Yeah,
just
that's
do
like
it.
that's what I
people-
was saying with like disinvalidating, like
Yeah,
not
like that's-
actual trans people,
yeah.
but people that like put in the work. Whenever someone that's like not confused is like a bad word to use, but like just like it's kind of invalidating someone that's like really passionate, like really putting in the work with
Yeah.
someone that's like just kind of doing it because they want to fit in, aka or like they.
I've seen like videos of like just like normal guys like dressing as a girl to get into an all women's gym, and they're like, "Oh, I'm trans." It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're not. You're just doing that to
Yeah.
like troll people,
Yeah.
and it's
Or
like,
like you're
rude.
just like you're
Yeah.
not actually you're being selfish.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Like, because I have like actual like trans friends. And
Yeah.
putting actual just feels weird because I'm like it's like same with like race. Like I'm not in the act. Like I can't really speak for them, but like, and I like know their struggles and how hard it is, and I know like my actual trans friends get so upset whenever they see people that are like, I'm he him today, but I'm she her later. Like,
Yeah.
but they like look so femme, but they're he him. Like all that whatever. They'll cancel you. Like you misgendered me without
Yeah.
knowing anything, even though I look like a girl. You called me girl.
I've seen people cry
fuck
over
you,
it,
like-
getting called
Yeah.
the wrong like pronouns.
Like, actual trans people will be like, fuck, we hate those people. Like, we're not in that community at all. Like, we're so...
For me, it's like I obviously prefer they them, but I don't care if you call me she her because I know that's how I present myself.
Mhm.
But it's just something that resonates with me, and if like my friends do it, like that makes me happy. But
Yeah.
if someone else does it, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're like a
You
horrible
didn't know,
person.
yeah.
Yeah, like you don't know. You see
Yeah.
me as like how I look, and that's
yeah.
whatever. Like we grew up in that society, so
But do you? And I'm sorry if I'm asking hard
Yeah, no, you're
questions,
good.
But do you want to be a male or no?
there's like times where I do. So that's like where it's like non-binary because I feel like I don't specifically fit in like a gender, like how society calls it. Like I don't feel like completely a woman. I don't feel like completely a man. I just like to be like a human being. So I like to like dress more masculine.
Like, all the traits associated
Yeah,
with
like,
female or male.
I don't know, like for me it's kind of like I don't like to call myself like under a certain like standard. I just like to be who I am, and that's just like what makes me like happy and feel better about myself. So like I don't necessarily want to be like a guy, but I like resonate with like some things like a guy would do, you know? Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But
Mhm.
I mean, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's just normal. Like, it's
Yeah.
just the tom girls. Back in my day,
Yeah.
that's what we called them. Oh,
The
you're a
dykes.
tom girl.
Or the-
Yeah,
or
No,
like
not
lesbian
even dykes. It's just girls that like
Yeah,
sports, that
yeah.
wear basketball
Uh-huh.
shorts.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to be men, but
But
they
they
like
let
doing
men-
man stuff.
yeah.
Exactly.
And
That's
it was normal. It was like
Yeah.
nobody.
that's how I feel
people
too.
die.
It's like I feel like clothes
But now there's
shouldn't-
just like a label for it, which is okay.
Yeah.
That's like having labels is okay, but some people
Yeah.
push it too far and ruin it,
people do.
which is
Yeah.
whatever. But like, if something makes someone more comfortable, even if I don't agree with it or I forget, like I'm still gonna do it because it makes them comfortable if I care about them.
Right.
Like sometimes I'll like misgender Xandra and
Yeah.
say she her, and like
I
a
never
lot of
get
people
mad
do.
at
But
her.
yeah, but I'll
Like,
try
I'm
and correct
just
myself, be like
Yeah.
them in the next sentence or whatever.
And then I'm like,
Just
oh,
because
thank
it makes
you.
them
Like,
feel better.
yeah.
Like I'm not, but they don't get mad at me when I say she
Yeah.
if they're looking super like feminine presenting. Like if it
Yeah.
makes you feel better, yeah. Like I don't care. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and I never get my feelings.
But if
hurt,
Sandra
yeah.
was ever like, call me, for example, bug, I'd be like,
Girl,
I will, but like I'm
You gotta dress
probably
like a
gonna
bug.
forget. Yeah, you better be.
You better be dressed like a bug, bro.
Some people are taking it too far.
Mhm.
with all-
Yeah, that's how I
with all
feel.
that.
It's called
too.
neopronouns. One of our
Mhm.
friends streamed on Twitch and got like canceled for saying they don't like neopronouns, even though they exclusively date like transgender people. There's in that community, but they got canceled for saying neopronouns are stupid, and they were like,
Watch us get canceled.
Yeah.
So. Whatever.
"We won't.
I don't
No, we
even
won't.
care.
We're way too like no, we're not saying anything that's bad.
We're not.
I get canceled like once or twice a year, so
Yeah.
whatever, and it goes away. If you entertain it, then like you're doing it to yourself, and if you make a mistake, then like own up to it and like fix it. But like also like a lot of cancel culture stuff is not real. Like
It's
we've
not.
both been canceled for Asian fishing.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Like, do we
It's-
even look Asian to
It's
you?
whenever people